Welcome to the series premiere and the series finale of Mason's Declassified Freshman Year Edition. I'm making this video to provide a little insight to graduated high school seniors of what college is really all about. I wanted real experiences, real stories to kind of tell a story about what college is really like. I remember being a graduated high school senior, I was a little nervous about coming into college, big old campus, a lot of people. We got like 50,000 people here at Michigan State. It's a little ridiculous. You're just one person in that giant sea of people, so it can be a little nerve-wracking coming to a big university like this. I'm here to kind of calm your nerves, provide a little insight on what it's like to be a freshman in college. Felt like the best way to show what being a freshman in college was really like was to interview freshmen in college. That makes sense, right? I wanted real stories. I asked a bunch of people in my hall if they would participate in some interviews with me. A lot of people didn't want to be on camera, but I know what they've been through, and it really relates to what a lot of these people that I did interview have been through. This will be the best way to, I guess, represent what it's like to be a freshman in college with their stories, how they describe what expectations they had coming into this year, what expectations that they had were met, and what expectations they had weren't met. I asked them what the key difference between high school senior year and freshman year of college was. I asked a little bit about their roommates, how they found them, and what their roommate was like, how it was living with them. And then I asked them for advice for freshman students. Incoming freshmen, it's a tough transitional time, and I just really want the best for everybody, and I hope that this advice and these experiences and stories really help you guys out. And with that, let's get into the interviews. We're here with Jenna. We're here with Natalie, Jesse. I'm here with Emma. I'm here with Nick. I'm here with Megan, Tyler. We're here with Mwaba. Mwaba, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
Just have a few quick questions about, the difference between senior year of high school and freshman year of college.
Okay.
So my first question is actually, what is the biggest difference between those two?
I'd say the biggest difference between senior year of high school and my freshman year of college is basically the amount of time that you have within the day. See, senior year of high school is the last year of technically grade school that you're in. So your whole day is set for you in terms of the time that you get breakfast and your daily schedule and the time that you get lunch, and then you come back home if you're not in extracurriculars, and you have whatever sort of time to do homework and sports and such and so forth. Whereas when you're in college, if you're not a student athlete, your day isn't really, you get to set up your day for yourself. So you may say you have like a 10, 20, 12, 10 class. You may wake up at like 11 o'clock, get breakfast or get lunch even at 11 o'clock in the morning, go to class, and then the rest of the day you may have nothing else to do. So you gotta find little things to like keep yourself productive, keep yourself active, because if you don't do that, you may fall behind, and that could be detritive to you in the long run.
The biggest difference, I think, is college is 24/7. Like from high school, when you go home, your day is done. You can just watch Netflix for the rest of the day. I mean, you can do that in college too, but it's 24/7. You're still gonna see your friends. You're still gonna be social, and I think that's like the biggest clear-cut factor.
I would say that the biggest difference would be like the amount of free time you have. Like you really don't have anybody to tell you like, all right, you gotta go to class or you gotta do your homework. It's really all up to you. And like your success is by like you don't have anybody behind you.
Yeah.
Well, size. I would say size. I went to a very small high school. Graduated with 56 girls.
Okay.
So coming here was a big difference.
Well, for me, I went to an all-girls high school, and there was about 50 people in my class. So this year, there's a little more than 50 people in my class, so that was a big shock.
Yeah, and like the size, I went to a small school, like my graduating class was like 54 girls, and state is a big difference to that.
What expectations were met or exceeded this year?
Well, I knew I would not know a lot of people in my dorm because all of my friends were living in different places. And I think the biggest expectation that was met is that I made a lot of friends, way more than I thought I would, and I'm very happy that I did what I did.
I'd say what expectations were met for me was I had a 4.0 first semester, so that was I said, you know what I'm saying, high GPA as an expectation for me.
I'd say out of my expectations that I met this year, well, thanks to a summer program, the Summer Business Institute that I attended last summer, I was able to come in with even more expectations than I did prior to. So there were certain things like making an e-board. I happened to do that within my freshman year for the residential business community student engagement team. I was a board member for them. Making dean's list, that was something that I put myself forth to do first because, I mean, I'm here to get good grades. I'm here to get my degree, so dean's list is like the early thing that I was like, I really want to get it. Out of the ones that I really focused on, I'd say those two are like my favorite, the ones that I really cherished the most just because it kind of like showed value within me. Like I was really about my business the first time I really got here.
I met a lot of new people and a lot of friends, and that was definitely something I exceeded.
I would say I came in with the plan, like, I wanted to get, like, above a certain GPA, you know, and I feel like there's so many resources on campus that, like, always with, like, help rooms, like, TAs, office hours that you can always, like, go to get help. So, like, I think if you set a goal, you can, like, achieve it with no problem.
I expected to make a lot of new friends.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I accomplished that goal.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then there we go.
Just like getting used to college, I feel like that takes a while, and then meeting new people because a lot of my high school went here, so meeting new people, and I don't know, just getting out of your comfort zone, joining new like clubs and stuff like that.
And did you have any expectations that weren't met?
I wish I got more involved, I'd say.
Okay. Well, what kind of things did you wish you got involved with?
Like, I mean, I was in, like, a member in a club. I wish I would have, like, ran for, like, a position. Because, like, I
Okay,
feel like
yeah.
that would just, you know what I mean?
And I guess I thought it would be a lot harder, but the classes right now as a freshman are not terribly hard. So if that's something that you want coming into college, I think it's fair to expect that.
Can I say none?
You can say
I
no,
would
but
s-
are you sure?
I mean, yeah.
There wasn't anything that you came in thinking, like,
I thought the food was gonna be better than it was.
okay. So the food's not
The
that good.
food's bad.
Food's not that good.
Don't live in East. Food sucks.
Acres kind of sucks.
Acres sucks.
Acres does really suck.
Home-
In Holmes,
Holmes looks like you're eating at a prison cafeteria.
super overrated. Don't eat there.
No.
Well, do eat there, but
I mean, if you have to, we
Yeah.
eat there, but
yeah, just check to see what they have to eat. And how did you find your roommate?
My roommate, well, I originally went in blind without a roommate, and that person moved out within 3 days. And then I knew my roommate from high school. We weren't like close friends or anything, but I figured, hey, you know, it's better to have somebody that I kind of know instead of somebody that I might not know.
Mhm.
So I just hit him up, and he wanted to move in.
How did you find your roommate?
funny story. Super funny story. Went in blind, okay? Paired me up with a boy. Right. Weird, right? I'm not a boy. Anyways, right? No, no. But, so then they took my roommate out. I had my own room for 3 weeks. I was like, I'm ready. Ready to have my own room. And then the day before moving, my roommate called me. She was like, I'm your new roommate. So that's how I met my roommate.
Actually, my roommate, he chose me.
Okay.
When I first moved in,
Mm.
the person supposed to be my roommate decided to get a single, so he just
Okay.
picked me and moved in.
Met her on Facebook in the MSU Class of 2022 group. Recommend that.
Just have some transparency here. I want you to be very honest
Okay,
with
okay.
me. How do you like your roommate and why?
I'd say most of the time he's pretty good, but sometimes when he's been partying a little too hard or anything, it's hard to control, and it's really hard to live with.
Yeah.
Very hard to live with, but I'm managing to figure it out, and hopefully it's gonna be okay.
I do like my roommate. I really do. She's not here a lot, but like when she is here, I feel like we get along good.
So, I would just like to add that Jessie and I live right across the hall from
Yes.
each other.
We do.
And her roommate, we'll say her name is Maggie.
Mhm.
We'll go with Maggie.
Yes, Maggie.
Maggie has not been here the last month.
I have not seen Maggie in a month.
She's
No.
She doesn't have a roommate anymore.
No.
She's just straight up coming in. She's driving from home
Yes.
and going to classes, probably because she hates Jesse.
Probably, yes.
She's very chill, like, okay, first off, she's never here, so we sleep in the room myself. Like, when she is here, we get along, like, we share stuff, too. Like, it's not like, oh, like, you ask, but, like, we still, you know what I mean? Like, we get along great, like, we can talk about whatever. Like, actually, our dads are friends. Like, our dads, like, met on move-in day, and they go and get lunch. Like, so, like...
That's funny.
Yeah, I like her. She's nice, very nice.
That's good. Do you have any advice for incoming freshmen?
Definitely get involved. Make friends. Open your doors when you get here. Let
Yes.
everyone in the hallway become your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Best way to do it.
Awesome. Emma, thank you so much.
Oh, anytime.
Branch out. I met Mason here. Become
Yeah.
friends with your hallmates.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make it a lot more fun,
It will.
especially in the winter and stuff when, like, you don't want to go out. And, oh, can I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And,
it's transparent.
yeah, like, get involved, because, like, I know if you're a business major, you're going to need stuff, your experiential profile, and they accept high school, but get some stuff at school, too, so they know you're involved here.
Yeah, totally.
And
All right.
that's-
Jenna, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, mate.
You've been a
My pleasure.
pleasure to interview.
Just make sure you balance school with fun as much as you can. Make sure you study hard, but also go out and have fun.
Awesome. Megan, thank you.
Any advice for incoming fresh? I'd say just put yourself out there. If you're just gonna stay in your dorm all day, and what do you expect? You're not gonna have a lot of friends probably, but you put yourself out there, you meet people, you'll have a good time.
Yes. All right, Nick, thank you so
Thank you,
much for your
Mason.
time.
My advice would be to just pick your friends carefully, because like if they're all slacking a lot, then eventually you're gonna pick up their habits. But
Yeah.
if they're doing good in school and you know what I'm saying, being successful on campus, it'll rub off on you as well. So
Yeah.
that'd be my number one advice.
All right, awesome. Thank you very
No
much.
problem.
You gotta put yourself out there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't have met anyone in this hallway if I didn't introduce myself. You know what I mean? Just go with the flow. Don't have any expectations.
All right.
Just that's it.
That concludes our interview with Jesse. Jesse, thank you so much.
you
You've been a
so
pleasure
much.
to interview.
The biggest advice that I would have for incoming freshmen is time management. Time management and priority management is probably the most, that's the most important stuff that you guys need to know in terms of you need to really set out your day in certain cases, because there may be a week where you have two exams, you have a paper due the next week, and then you got other social stuff that you want to handle, and it's like, you're going to feel overwhelmed if you don't figure out a proper way to really set aside your priorities and set aside of how I'm going to use this amount of time to do this amount of things. So time management and priority management are probably the most important things that you need to know coming in.
I definitely agree. Well, Mwaba, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure speaking with you.
For sure.
Don't be afraid to try something new, or don't take school seriously, but not too seriously that you can't have any fun, because there's no point in going to college and not having fun. So.
Very, very excellent point there.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to conclude our interview. Natalie, thank you. Clammy hands. So, what did we learn from these interviews? We heard a lot of stories. We heard a lot of answers to these questions. All of them, in their own opinion, are correct. They were very on target with all of these. I had a lot of expectations about what their answers would be, and they met them. I just want to answer the first question. What was the biggest difference between senior year of high school and freshman year of college? I would say the biggest difference is the amount of time that you have. You just have a lot of time to do whatever you want. You have so much freedom. Tuesdays and Thursdays I have a 10:20. It's 50 minutes. I come home. I've got no other classes the rest of the day. So I would say the biggest difference is the amount of time that you have. And then expectations that I had, everybody portrays college as this super fun time, tons of freedom. You don't have mom and dad there, so it's a very big change. So obviously you're gonna have expectations leading into it. Mine were actually, that were met, were I planned on meeting a lot of new people here. and a lot of the new people that I met were in my hall. So I guess that's an expectation that was met. And an expectation that wasn't met was probably the partying scene. I mean, you can't go out to parties if you're a dude, which kind of sucks, but like whatever, you can party in the dorms. That's fun too. And then how did I find my roommate? My roommate is actually my best friend from high school. And we talked about it, and it was kind of, honestly, it was just a silent agreement that we would be living with each other this year. And then, how did you like your roommate and why? With this answer, I got to be careful because he's still my friend. But living with your best friend, it's kind of hard to like, because you don't want to ruin that friendship outside of school. You don't want to tell him to do something because, like, I don't know. It's just with my friend. If you tell him to do something, more than likely he's going to react in a negative way. But it's really nice having somebody that you're comfortable with as a roommate, especially in suite style. If you're sharing a bathroom and stuff with them, it's really nice being comfortable with your roommates. There are obviously plus sides. It's not just all negative living with my friend. There's very big upsides. That's all I'm going to say. And then advice for incoming freshmen. You do have a lot of freedom. You do have a lot of free time. But with that comes responsibility. You got to be responsible. You got to manage your time well. A lot of it just comes down to how responsible you are. You need to stay on top of your studies. You gotta just find time to study and do homework, because you don't have parents there to tell you like, hey, you gotta do homework. This transition time it's really difficult. It was difficult for me because I'm really bad at managing my time, and I'm not the most responsible person, but you do learn a lot about yourself. Coming into freshman year and completing freshman year, you learn that what you need to do to be responsible, and that's my 2 cents.